இப்பொழுது NRTSL இந்த கூட்டத்தை கூட்டியதனுடைய பிரதான நோக்கம் என்ன, அடுத்ததாக நாங்கள் என்ன செய்ய எண்ணுகிறோம் என்பது குறித்து தம்பா அவர்களுடைய கருத்துக்கள்.
Good morning. Thank you, Chairman. Good morning, everybody. And I would like to be as brief as possible because this day today, the main objective of today is to listen to Dr. Jayampathy because he is in the midst of the constitution making process. So it is important for us to listen from him, and I'm sure that many of you would like to hear from what he says, and then that will be followed by a discussion amongst us. Let us get Mr. Rajaram and Linda is coming in just now. Can we come to the front side? Here. And the objective of today's meeting is this has been a bit of a journey for us. In October 2015, we had a meeting, NRTSL facilitated a forum to discuss the ongoing constitutional process. At that time it hasn't started yet because it was on the news and Constitutional Assembly has not been constituted by then, and we thought this process is going to go on, and many of you who are present here were present on that day, and that gave us inspiration to carry that task forward. And again in March 2016 we had a second meeting near here, another venue, and in that we thought, rather than talking arbitrarily about constitutional making process, it is important that we will have a study of whatever we can understand from this, and what are the aspirations of the Tamils that they would like it to be represented in the constitution, and also if there are any concerns for the expatriate or non-resident communities here, we would want to have a channel to pass it on to the constitutional makers. Fortunately, we have contacted Dr. Jayampathy and he kindly agreed to be part of, to attend here and to inform us and to participate in the discussion so that we can have a clearer understanding of exactly what the process is going on, what are the challenges that this process is facing. That is most important. And in that October meeting, we have appointed a consultative committee, including Lenjalian, Param, Charles, and us all, Sri Haran, Mr. Ratna Singh, all have contributed in the discussion to how to get this moving forward, this process moving forward from our point of view, in understanding the constitutional process there, as well as expressing the concerns of ours to the constitutional makers. And as a result of those discussions, we have ended up with a draft which we will circulate it to you in due course, as much as possible today, and also we will elaborate, some of our members will elaborate some aspects. I don't want to read through this, and it will be pretty boring to listen to some document to be read. So the structure of the meeting today is this: whatever the contents in the document that we have prepared, collectively prepared, some of the aspects will be elaborated by some of the members who contributed to this document, number one. Number two, as I said, the main theme of the meeting today is Dr. Jayampathy's keynote speech, in which he will elaborate the process and particularly the challenges this process are facing. In these discussions, it made us realize so many things. In Sri Lanka, there were two constitutions made. The first constitution, the independence, first constitution is different. The Sri Lankan Republican Constitution, the first one, came into being in 1972. Then in 1978, the second constitution. Now it took more than 36 years, almost 40 years, 38 years, that now this process is starting. Last evening, we had a discussion and somebody mentioned, I think Dr. Jayampathy mentioned, that if this attempt fails, number one, or it doesn't meet the aspirations, or to some extent, the aspirations of the Tamils, we will not have another chance, maybe in our lifetime. Because constitutions are not made fortnightly, annually. Constitutions are made at crucial juncture when the nation is passing through a crucial juncture. So it is with that responsibility in mind, we need to really focus on what can be achieved, at this juncture, at the historical juncture, this is. So we must have that in the back of our mind to engage in this discussion. What is needed for Tamils have been stated infinite times. That has been stated very clearly. What will satisfy their aspirations, we know. But the current process is more than that. At the end of this process, there is going to be a new constitution. And whether the Tamils' input are going to be there or not, or the demands are met or not, how can the Tamils make this more progressive, more useful to the Tamils? To some extent, how can we make progress from this point to the next stage? That is what it is about. So I will leave it at that, and we will present this draft, some aspects of the draft, important aspects of the draft. I will also come back to it on unit of devolution or any aspect that needs to be told. So I will leave it to you, the consultative committee members now. They will say a few words about that.